play Last Dream, the unofficial subtitle being an ode to Final Fantasy. This is an RPG Maker game that, as the subtitle suggests, is a love letter to the original Final Fantasy games, as will be evident soon enough. I'm not sure which path through the game I'll be taking, well, paths, because a big part of the game is that you choose how you want to progress through it. I won't be going over all the specifics of the mechanics. I will have a link to the site, because they get a bigger cut if you buy through the site. It's also on Steam. There's also an official strategy guide if you want to see the specific details of how damage and critical hits and all that are calculated. Go ahead. I might eventually. But without further ado, let's begin. So, right off the bat, you're asked to create your party out of the 8 basic classes, most of which are fairly obvious to Final Fantasy veterans, besides the engineer. Were there only? Yeah. The gray mage replaces the red mage. I guess the hunter is new as well. For those who never played the original Final Fantasies, the knight is your warrior tank character who also deals heavy damage. Your monk is your unarmed character who has a lot of hit points but not a lot of defense and is thus not super useful. Your thief is your rogue but not very useful. The gray mage is your kind of middle of the road class, jack of all trades, master of none. He's not very useful in the end game, is why I'm not using him. White mage is your healer, black mage is your damaging mage. The hunter, hang on, if I can. It's the buff character. I'm not going to use her. The engineer is kind of a support. And there are items that you cannot find without the engineer to tunnel your way, and it's a real nice thing to just have in general. So I'm going to take a knight, and I'm going to name them after later Final Fantasy characters. Well, not necessarily later. I have Cecil as my knight. Obviously, my engineer has to be Sid. No, there's no Spoony Bard. I mean, I already used Cecil as a knight. So I'm gonna have Aeris. I've never played Final Fantasy VII. And, of course, Vivi for my black mage. Okay, and then it plays the story. Oh, yeah, you can also kind of you customize your own playthrough a whole lot. I'm just gonna go with the default standard encounter rate on normal mode. For the sake of the Let's Play, I'm gonna save anywhere. There are achievements for doing the other stuff, and I'm actually gonna play it like Final Fantasy 1. No real cutscenes to speak of. And for people who've never really played an RPG Maker game, I'll go through the tutorial. I'm using the default controls. I might switch to a controller later on. Dashing. Yeah, the controls are pretty basic, as is combat. Yeah, that's our basic treasure chest. 5 gold, yay. Yeah, every party combination in general is useful in some regard, even if it's not as basic for basic combat. I am not sure what I want to do as far as the guilds. Yeah, every chest in town is affected by this. Keep that in mind. In the default mapping, you open the menu with the A key. I really like the skill and level up system in this game. Battle macros are so useful for the early game. That's your completion page, achievements. I'll be going for most of the achievements. Yeah, you can do a solo run. Don't know why the game doesn't scale down like it does in Wizardry 8. Passive skills usually amount to extra stats. Nah. And because I chose not to do a tutorial, we're thrown into the world map. Let's head into town here. Town of Oakwood, huh? Well, I'm kind of weak now. I'm gonna ignore the shops for now. Sounds pretty good. It's Philemon now. No. And that's something we can go on later. We got a recipe. Recipes are used for the rudimentary crafting system in the game. This is one of those games where you can get by just with bought equipment, but the crafted equipment is what you need to excel. I'll keep that in mind. Alright. Ooh, a rusty sword. You start out with no equipment for some reason. Definitely gonna give that to my knight. Yeah, I'm just gonna loot everything I see. Now, what that actually did is it gave me, I believe, treasure map 0. So you don't have to remember that. I didn't realize that my first playthrough. Yeah. But we can't really do anything with that yet, even if we did go down there. Let's go to the inn. Valuable items in the Woods of Despair. Relics. Oh, sure. And we'll find several treasure maps as we go through the game. And they'll lead to hidden treasure. Dante's daughter. Huh. No, I haven't. Well, why would she run away? You can examine bookshelves and it shows the title of real-world books. I'm not gonna bother though. Money. It's money. Something worth noting, random encounters do not drop gold for the most part. They drop items you can sell for gold or use as crafting ingredients. Oh? It's worth a bit of money, huh? Ooh, a sleeping bag. They're used like tents in, Final Fantasy. Just less effective. I think we find tents later. That's a shop that I will be getting to later. We should find and talk to Dante. Actually, I don't know if we'll have time. Well, let's rob Robin blind. Only those red chests can be looted. Oh, we have a free resting point. But what will Dante tell us about his daughter? Find out next time on Let's Play Last Stream in Ode to Final Fantasy.